Baby, listen to your heart. If it says leave, then leave him. But falling in love can be hard to get out of. Go ahead ahead and take your time. I know it's gonna be hard for me. Being in love with you is killing me. And when I see your face, you take my breath away. You tell me this ain't love. When my phone rings, I hope it's you. Gotta hear your voice. When I wanna smile, I just think of you. Gotta hear your voice. Sometimes I think I must be crazy, 'cause my heart won't let me change, so I guess I gotta wait. Baby, listen to your heart. If it says leaving, leaving, but falling in love can be hard to get out of. Go ahead and take your time. It's hard to leave 'cause you done put time in, but your feelings have changed since then. It's extra hard for me to control myself, 'cause I have to watch from the sideline. But don't be pressure about it. Just make the best decision, 'cause I've been waiting for the day that I can make you mine. Just take your time. Baby, listen to your heart. If it says leaving, falling in love, it can hard to get out. Sometimes go ahead and take your time. Baby, listen to your heart. Just listen to your heart, you know. Leaving, but falling in love can be hard to get out. Go ahead and take your time. I'ma be right here waiting for you. Said I'ma be right here waiting for you. I'ma be right here waiting for you. Girl, I'ma be right here waiting for you. Said I'ma be right here waiting for you. Said I'ma be right here waiting for you. I'ma be right here waiting for you. Girl, I'ma be right here waiting for you. Baby, listen to your heart. If it says leaving, leaving, but falling in love can be hard to get out of. Go ahead and take your time. Baby, listen to your heart. If it says leaving, leaving, but falling in love can be hard to get out of. Go ahead and take your time. I'ma be right here waiting for you. Said I'ma be right here waiting for you.
It all depends.
I'ma be right here waiting for you.
It all depends.
I'ma be right here waiting for you.
It all depends.
I'ma be right here waiting for you.
It all depends.
I'ma be right here waiting for you.
It all depends.
I'ma be right here waiting for you.
It all depends.
I'ma be right here waiting for you.
Come on, tell them about it all depends. It all depends what's going down. It all depends how the cookie gonna crumble. Man, I don't know. He said, I'm gonna be right here waiting for you. Okay. It all depends. If you that type of woman that you know is worth me being right there, or you that type of woman that's not, I gotta go. I gotta run. I can't do it no more. Come on. I came from stress related illnesses. Come on. You know, heart disease. Come on. High cholesterol. Come on. Lack of sleep. Come on. Fatigued. Come on. What else? ED. Come on. Dealing around with these funky no good bras. Come on. Anywho, man, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, this is a special segment tonight. Oh, there we go. Special segment. I'm gonna go. Oh, we're streaming. All right, there we go. We back. We back up. Now this is something that really I actually tried to ignore. I wasn't really trying to, do too much. I was trying to ignore it and watch and see exactly how things was going to play out. And it's not playing out too well. So we had to come on to the show tonight. Man, our loyal listeners, viewers, and supporters. BZNZ is brought to you by Real Men. Come on now. BZNZ is brought to you by Real Men. Real men drink water. Real men drink water because what? Our ladies need us to be King Kong in the bed. Fellas, if you don't drink your water, you ain't gonna be able to use your third leg. All of the men all over the building. Grab your mug, your coffee mug, whatever you put your water in, a bottle, a jug, whatever. Let's take a pause for the cause and have a sip. Refreshing. Yeah, we struggle streaming tonight. I got to keep the camera off. It's refreshing. Well, as we wait tonight for our guest, really, it's our co-host Kiki. She gonna speak about this more in depth. I might get it started, but we're gonna go ahead and bring up. Let's see who we got on board tonight. I see Danger doing. Danger. Where he at?
At the boss.
Oh, there you go.
At the boss.
Leader of the Pepsi committee. Leader of the Diet Pepsi committee.
I don't know about the diet, but His Majesty Honorable Apostle Pope Bishop Davis.
Maybe that might be better for you.
I can't wear them titles, man. I wear a lot of titles, especially Bumblebee, but I can't work with that.
But here's the question: have you ever had diet though?
Had it, didn't like it, never could stand it.
But you fell in love with the Zero. That's funny. You fell in love with the whole man. I love that Pepsi Zero. That Pepsi Zero boy is kicking ass.
Yeah, they say it's kicking and taking names too. Yeah,
Oh, well, tonight, man, Let me put it up there. You asked what is the topic. Let's put her up there. We gotta talk about this, man. And I'm glad to have you on too, because you worked in the industry like I did with children. We titled it Her Mental, because have you been seeing what's been going on with this young lady, high school track star?
Oh, the one that decided to cave somebody's skull in, like Fred Sanford said.
Yes.
I never could get the gist of why that happened in the first place. What's go down on it?
Well, I'm trying to wait around for Miss Kiki to make her entrance, but anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get it started, because I don't know when Miss Kiki gonna make her entrance. She said she is well aware of things, so let me go find. I'm gonna find a video, and we just gonna take a little look.
Tell Miss Kiki
Take
to
a
come
little
on
look at
board.
what's going on.
Yeah, come on, Miss Kiki. Come on board. Let
Say
me see
what?
what you're working with. Tell her, show me what she's working with, man. Let me see it.
She might have a Diet Pepsi waiting for you.
Yeah, yeah. That's what it is. That's what it
She
is.
might
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
well, you know what, here, take this diet. Give her a Diet Pepsi. Give her a diet. Give him a diet.
Well,
Give him a Diet Pepsi. Calm him down.
I don't think she wants any parts of me on a Tuesday, because see, Thursday I'd be kind of low key, but on Tuesday I'd be yinked up and yinked up.
So that's what we need to do. So you said we need to do shows on Tuesday so we can get the X-rated version?
Well, let's say it like this.
Let me know now. Let me know what's going on. Let me know.
They said the man, and paraphrase what a man said. He said, "You have not because you ask not."
You have not.
She don't want none of. She don't want none of this Too Bad Tuesday. She don't want none of that. You know, it's all.
Too Bad Tuesday. All right, let's I think I get it. I don't know, the stream kind of, I want to clown a little bit today. I don't know, is it raining or something outside? But yeah, we struggle streaming a little bit, but we're gonna get her done. We're gonna get her in. Let me share my screen real quick. This is fair use. Pink buck glasses, please. Do not strike us. We just reviewing. Let's see.
In the heat of competition, emotions can run high and some athletes completely lose control. Like in this case, where one runner veered right off the track. Then there's another recent viral incident involving a high school track athlete who was struck with a baton by a competitor during their champion.
And then I fell off the track immediately.
And get this, after the assault, the offender took no accountability whatsoever. Instead of owning up to her actions, she and her fake and portraying her as a victim.
Everybody has feelings. So you're physically hurt, but you're not thinking of my mental, right? I didn't have to see the first video, second video, 10th video. I know 100% that she won't do this to nobody.
Nah, they all need to be held accountable. The daughter, the mother, and the father are completely out of line. They should be ashamed of themselves, but they're not. Instead, they just keep lying and shifting blame onto everyone and everything else except the person actually responsible. We're going to get into it, but first, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates.
Turned out to an attack during high school track and field relay race. One runner hit her in the head with a baton. Janine Norman, story. Good morning, Janine.
Hey, George, this is a crazy, it's unimaginable, unsportsmanlike conduct on the track this morning. A high school track star is still recovering nearly a week after being hit on the head by another runner during a race.
Junior Kaylin Tucker was running the second leg of the 4x200 relay in the Virginia State High School League Championship when the shocking incident happened.
That's when she hit me with the baton.
Watch again as you see the two sprinters running side by side as they round the corner with Kaylin on the outside, Kaylin's mother cheering her on. Just as Kaylin is passing the other runner, the athlete swings her baton, striking Kaylin.
I just felt a bang on my head, and then I fell off the track immediately.
Kaylin dropping her baton and reaching for her head.
The whole Coliseum pretty much gasped. I just jumped up out of the bleachers immediately and ran to her on the main floor.
The 16-year-old was later diagnosed with a concussion. The family says neither the athlete who struck Kaylin nor the other team's coaches checked on Kaylin or reached out afterwards.
To see that they kept running and she not stop and check on my daughter, that was the part where I was like, it couldn't have been an accident.
Yeah, I agree. This was definitely not an accident. Just like everybody else, I've watched the video in slow motion from multiple angles, and there's no way it was unintentional. The way she pulled her arm back before striking the other girl was deliberate. And if it had been a mistake, she would have immediately rushed over to check on the victim and apologize for accidentally hurting her. But no, she didn't do that at all.
The other runner, who attends IC Norcom High School, has not been named. Kaylin's parents say Norcom's athletic director and the girl's father apologized in a phone call, but they're still waiting for the opposing athlete coaches to out.
We definitely want the coaches and an apology from the actual athlete as well, because it's only, it's only right.
So the coach, he apologized to the victim, and the attacker's father apologized to the victim, but the girl who actually attacked her said nothing? I want to see more than an apology here. I also want the girl who did this to her to be charged and arrested, because this is absolutely unacceptable.
The Virginia High School League saying in a statement, "We thoroughly review every instance like this," adding, "The VHSL membership has always made it a priority to provide student athletes with a safe environment for competition."
Meanwhile, Kaylin's parents say that they're still waiting to see what disciplinary actions will be taken against the other athlete before deciding their next steps. In the meantime, guys, because Kaylin's been recovering for a week, they're hoping that she can finally return to school today.
Oh, okay.
Well, about me. All right. So D, what you got? What you got for us on there tonight, D?
Well, I'm gonna be very diplomatic and politically correct. The runner that was about to lose before she knogging the girl on the head.
Yeah.
Number one, she showed unsportsmanship. Number two, her coach and the school should be disciplined to the max, because no one, as I could see it, ran to aid the individual that was injured. So that means they are basically saying it's cool to bust somebody in the head when you're losing.
Ooh-wee.
You know the old saying. If you ain't against me, you with me. So it appears that they was with the girl that knocking her on the head.
Ooh-wee. We're gonna take a pause real quick. I gotta promote something real quick, man. He done came on our platform and showed love, so we gotta put the bro up on the screen. Hold on 1 second. All right, there we go. Man, this Saturday, This Saturday coming. Rock Truth and the homie Amaru. The Vibe. Let me get a bigger picture. I'm gonna read this. Let me see. It says March 22, 2025, produced by The Vibe Studio. They're gonna have special guests, Chairman Dr. Fred Hampton Jr. With collaboration with Rock Truth. Rock Truth, y'all already know who that is. Mary. Matter of fact, Mary be with us next Thursday. This coming Thursday, we're gonna have Athena and Renata. And you got my boy Maru. He the host. He gonna be the host. They about to get it in this Saturday morning. They also Rock Truth also celebrate their 5th anniversary. I remember like it was yesterday. Selena, well, she's married now. Mary just started in 2020. Yep, I remember like it was yesterday. What else? The time is going to be what time they starting up? I'm looking for 10 a.m. 10 a.m. 10 a.m. I guess that's Central Time. It's gonna be on the Rock Truth page. That's gonna be a great interview right there. Fred Hampton Jr. Ooh-wee. Fred Hampton Jr. They about to talk about it all. Talk about it all. Speak about some reparations too. Hey, I'm telling you, I need me some reparations after how the IRS just hit me the other day, and I need to be replenished. My bank account needs to be replenished.
We gonna get you again too. You ain't had enough of it yet. We gonna get you again.
Hey, I told somebody, I said, man, if this happened, I was like, if this happened to me next year, what happened to me this year on these taxes? Man, we about to be 1099. We going 1099.
Nah, we ain't gonna do no 1099. We gonna keep on getting it like we get it, and we're gonna make sure everybody vote for Donald Trump again since he done found a loophole in the Constitution.
He's supposed to been talking about what he say. He said that he was gonna have it where the poor folks don't have to pay that much taxes. Well, it look like he done flipped the script on us, cause he got me good. And then I talked to another coworker the other day. She said, yeah, they got her too. I said, oh, he just getting everybody. Okay, all right. Okay.
Nah, he doing just like Putin did him. Putin made him think he was going for a ceasefire when Putin was trying to slip one in Ukraine all along.
That's what it was. Man, Maru.
Don't take my word for it, brother. Check out the real news, not the fake propaganda on Fox, but the real news, brother.
Hey, I'm with it because I didn't say, hey, that checking account. I mean, my bank account, well, they hit me on. I got a penalty saying that I did not. They said I got a penalty for the federal and the state. I didn't pay enough last year, so I got to pay more this year. I'm like, man, that's garbage. That's trash. That's trash.
Well, it's like the man said, hey, hoorah for everybody that's in Trump's corner. Hoorah, hoorah, rah, rah.
I'm gonna say this. Tune in on Saturday to Maru's page. I'm gonna promote it once again when we get back. I mean, when we take a break. But go ahead, D. I'm bring on
Maru, man. Who Maru? Oh, you talking about the Rock Truth people?
No, Maru, he the guy that come on that when I be singing Black Butterfly. That's a Maru. But yeah, he linking up with him. It's gonna be him and Mary. They doing their thing. It's gonna be on her page. It say the Rock Truth page. So 10 o'clock, I guess 10 o'clock Central, so 11 o'clock our time. They're gonna have chairman. They're gonna have the chairman, Dr. Fred Hampton Jr. Man, one of the revolutionaries with his father.
Oh man, I ain't gonna listen to that.
Of the 70s.
I ain't gonna listen to that. I ain't getting into that. Not me.
What? You was around during Fred Hampton's time. How you not gonna support the mission? Come on now.
The reason why I'm not gonna support the mission is because the mission appeared to have a flat in the tire. That's a little bit over. That's a little bit over some of y'all head, but I ain't touching that.
So I guess when Dr. Umar pop back up on the show, you ain't gonna touch that one either.
Dr. Umar ain't gonna show up because he's a propaganda camera hog.
Oh, Dr. Umar gonna show up, man. He got a video out there talking about we need to ban. He said all black men need to band together against these black women and take our kids back.
Oh, now he didn't say that after his daughter then ratted him out.
Man,
yeah.
He done made a video talking about it. I ain't even watched it yet, but there's a lot of people sharing it. He said we got to band together. I'm like, well, damn, Dr. Umar, you finally get it. After all these years, you've been talking black men, you got to do this to our sisters, to our queens, to our mocha latte, to our chai latte, to our Ebonics, African caramel latte, Diet Dr. Pepper, Diet Dr. Pepsi, Queen.
Yes. Yes.
Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never.
That brother, he don't know what he about as bad as Donald Trump. He's the black version of Donald Trump. Only difference is he ain't got the money Trump got to play with.
No, he don't. He really don't, because he said he paying child support right now on his one youngest child, and the young one, and the mom, pretty much the baby mom just took that girl and he ain't even hardly seen the child, but he paying child support. Saying he's talking about some. You got till this week, the 22nd, to come up with the child. If not, I'm gonna air you out. He said he gonna air out March 29th. That's next week. I said, boy, Dr. Umar now getting ready to get messy. He about to be messy like a baby mom's. But let's get back to this little young lady. Before I see we got Q in the building. Let's get back to this little young lady, man. I worked with kids for 17 years. And D, you done work with kids before. And the thing is, this is really sad. This is a sad situation because the parents, it's really the parents that I'm looking at. I'm like, these parents, boy, y'all are pathetic. Y'all are extremely pathetic. I know I had a broad on my page a couple years ago. She talking about when she go to her kid's school. She said anytime a teacher tell her, well, give reports on her kids, she said she never believe them. She said, I never believe them. I'm like, that's poor. I said, that's poor. I said, because I get it. People do lie. I get it. Teachers lie, all that. But hey, if they tell you something that your child is doing, and they say it more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times, you might want to believe them. Talking about, I don't believe nothing they say. Okay, I get it. But and then when they start producing receipts, I had it one time, a young man. I transported him by himself on the bus. He was not allowed to ride with no other kids. And I was really caring, like, man, why this little dude? Because whenever he was on the bus with me, he didn't give me not one problem. He gonna sit down on that bus. Like, going back there to the back, dog. Go ready. I say, sit in that middle seat right there, dog. And he sit down and he go to sleep. I had to, well, all right, bro. We at your house. Time to go. And one day I'm like, man, what did this dude be doing? I went up in there. I'm in there talking to the secretary, and I was like, why they got me taking little homie home by himself? I'm like, he can't ride on the bus with no other kids. She said, you really want to know? I'm like, yeah. And she pulled up one of them cameras. She pulled up the video on one of them surveillance cameras. Boy, that little nigga, boy, he was tearing up the room by himself, and it took about 3-4 teachers to hold him down. I said, what? Man, no, he was going ham when he got in his little attack mode. It took about 3-4 teachers to hold the little dude down, D. Where you at?
You know, man, it's really crazy because I see a lot of these parents. Now, I school bus driver, and I'm also Indigo driver back in the day. I see these parents putting halos and wings on their kids when they know doggone well these kids ain't acting like that in the street. They doing it at the house too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't just wake up one morning and decide, hey, I'm going to school and I'm going to bug Johnny in the nose. No. Parent, check your kid out at the house. He's doing something. He's showing a red or yellow flag. You need to be checking him out. But, like you said, this one lady said, no, my child ain't like that. My child is, my child that. Shoot, I'm one of the first chocolate guys to say, yeah, he probably did do it. Let me check him out real quick. Shoot. Because, hey, man, you got two choices. You can try, well, actually got more than that. You can try to raise your kid the right way, and he'll be an angel in front of you until you leave and he get with his little clique, then he become a butthole. Or he's gonna do the way you raised him to do the right thing. Because, man, I'm telling you, I had to check one of my daughters, man. I had to check one of my daughters because she going up to Warren Central about to get batty with the teacher because the man said that her son slammed a little dude. Reason for slamming the dude? His buddies told him they daring.
What?
Yeah.
Off over there?
Man,
oh, no.
Man. And I grabbed that girl up in her collar and slammed her up against that lock. I said, don't you ever do that again. I said, let that boy pay the penalty for what he done. I said, he know you didn't raise him like that. He gonna do what his buddy said do. They give him a pistol and tell him pop somebody, he gonna do that too. I said, let that little monkey pay for it. But daddy, that's my baby. I said, I don't care if he is your baby. I said one thing
the little monkey pay for it.
Yeah, let the little monkey pay for it, man. I mean, one problem with most of the chocolate covered race is they done got hung up on this slave thing that's been going on 400 years before any of them was born. Right. And all of a sudden, everybody that's white, whether you're right or wrong, everybody that's white is the enemy. That is stupidity. You got chocolate people that are out here acting fool. I just call them for what they is, like a singing group called Fushnicken. That's what they is. They Fushnicken. Sitting out here trying to make like, hey, it's the white man's fault, Fool, if you did it, it's your fault. White, black, green, or purple, I don't even care. If it's your fault, you did it. You need to pay the price for what you done. Just that simple. Ain't no 3, 4 ifs and ahs about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, I get so tired.
Absolutely. Now go ahead.
Man, I'm 300 years old. I get so tired. And now, don't get me wrong, I hate violence unless I have to use it. But check this out.
Right.
I hate it. I really hate it to the bone when I see these parents get on the TV. Bobby Sock Browning got shot and killed. Okay? That's on a Tuesday. Bobby Sock Brown on Monday and put 3 videos of him running around with an AK-47 firing it up in the air. And the first thing the parents will say, he was such a sweet kid. He was doing this, he was doing this. Oh, man. Wait a minute, parent. If he was so sweet and kind, what the heck is he doing with an AK-47 when you know he's not old enough to have it?
Let me ask you this, D. You remember that little nigga, Dre Sean Reed? He got killed by the cops. What
Yeah,
year
I
was
know
that?
the family. Yeah.
20.
Go ahead.
20 or 21. He got killed by the cops. Boy,
Yeah.
that irked my soul. They was talking about some justice for Dre Sean, but that little nigga, he went live on Instagram talking about, yeah, they can't catch me. I'm swerving on these hoes. He had the gun in his hand. He going live. He driving down 38th Street. I mean, dipping. He drove all the way up 38th Street till he crossed over to wait, what was that? You know, he was driving down Martin Luther King, past 38th Street, crossed over to Michigan Road, and that's when he drove all the way down the Michigan Road by the library, and that's when the cops caught him and shot him up there. They talking about justice. Like this nigga, he was driving and shooting out the window. There's been many reports where they said just random nights this dude just be driving in his car and he shoot out the window. Don't even know if he just shot somebody or not.
Now, who's to say where those bullets ended? Because when they leave that gun, they got to go somewhere.
Right.
You know,
and he had he had a dishonorable discharge from the Navy. The Navy had to let him go.
Of course. Because he didn't want to act right. That's why they cut him loose. He didn't want to act right. Now, please don't get me wrong. I know the family, and I sympathize with the pain of the loss of the kid. But come on, y'all. How many times we gonna put halos on these guys walking around with these devil horns on their head? I mean, how many times we gonna do that? Everybody's wrong, but my child is right. My child walk up, pop somebody trying to rob a market. The guy in there in the market pops him in the leg, and I want to sue him for popping my son in the leg. Why am I going to sue him? Because my son had no business trying to rob that store. He had no business. So I mean,
I'll say this: I can pretty much guarantee you pull a gun out on a policeman, you're gonna get shot, and that's what Dre Sean Reed did. He out there running, he pulled a gun out on the cop. He didn't think they're gonna shoot back at his behind. Like, come on, man, that's what happens. You pull your gun out, you're gonna get shot. It's simple mathematics. Simple.
Okay.
Pull it out.
Okay.
They don't care what's going on at that time. They gonna put the gun down. They shooting at you.
Now here's the situation. Here's a scenario. Okay, if you pull a gun on a cop, the chances is you're gonna get shot. You pull a gun on a guy in the street, the odds are 10,000 to 1. He's gonna pop you if he got one. So who's right and who's wrong? The guy on the street is right for shooting you because you put a gun on him, or the cop wrong for shooting you because you put a gun on him? Come on now, let's get this thing right.
We're gonna get back to the young lady, then we're gonna bring Kiki. And really thing is, the parents of the daughter that got hit, they said all they wanted was an apology. And I had to think about some things. I was like, well, if the young lady did it on purpose, then I'm like, she probably wasn't trying to apologize. But then her sob story was, oh, I didn't know I did it. It was an accident. Okay, where the apology at now? Now where the apology at? Then I understand a few interviews where the parents, they doing most of the talking, and the people doing the interview, and they say, hey, can we speak to her? The parents, they want to hide the young lady. Now they don't. What do you want to ask her? No. She was grown enough to do the swinging and hitting. We really want to talk about it. This little chick, this is what she said. She said, y'all worried about her physical way. She do the little head nod. She said, but what about my mental? What about my mental? And I'm like, you are mental. You are mental. Go ahead, D. Then we're gonna bring Kiki up.
Hey man, tell Kiki I ain't responsible for what I say tonight now. Don't cash in on me now. I ain't responsible because it's Tuesday.
Yeah, Kiki, this Tuesday. Dane just said he in rare form on Tuesdays, so he trying to put a plug out there that we need to do more shows on Tuesdays. So if you want, he said you're gonna get the business. Oh, hold on. We got to pause real quick. Hey, y'all, here go Black Butterfly in the building. Hold on. Let's get him up on the screen one more time. We're gonna get him up on the screen. This is Tuesday night, so we just out here doing we out here doing it on the Tuesday night. Hold on 1 second. All right, here you go. We got Black Butterfly on the screen. We got him on. Oh, we ain't got him on the screen yet. There we go. We got him on the screen, y'all. Monday, this Saturday, March 22nd, 10 a.m. While I got you here, Black Butterfly, is this 10 a.m. Central Time? Because we want to get this right. And I hope I can watch. I work 12-hour shift on Friday. I get off at 7:30. So I know about 10 or 11, I might be in a whole nother world, but I'm going to try to set my alarm clock to tap in real quick. But March 22nd, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, there it is. He says Central Time. So that's Central. Here in Indianapolis, it's 11 p.m. That's 11 p.m. It's 11 a.m. here in Indianapolis, ladies and gentlemen. 11 a.m. Hey, Maru, if you want to, you can catch it on both. You can catch it on both our pages, bro. Okay. So Maru page is what you see right here. Black Butterfly Pod. Go ahead, look him up on Facebook. You can see him. Also, Mary's page is Rock Truth. Okay, Rock Truth. Hit him up. Hey, also if Maru want to come on and say a couple words, you more than welcome. You know what? I'll just drop the link right now. You more than welcome. But until then, we're gonna go ahead and bring Kiki up so we can go ahead and discuss the conversation at hand. Good evening, Miss Kiki. I don't know if I should call you Miss Kiki, sister, minister of music. After what I saw the other day, that girl was, wow, that go Danger. I knew Danger had dipped off, boy. Danger, did you see the video of Kiki? She was ministering to us in songs. She was singing some of them hymns.
Lord, just silly.
Danger. Unmute yourself, Danger.
Tell him don't
She
leave
was ministering
now.
to us in song.
Don't try to leave now.
He out there driving.
Hey man.
That's what it is.
Hey man. Hey, KK. Hey, KK. How you doing, KK?
Good. How are you, Mr. D?
KK. I tell you, girl, you were singing that song. I ain't never heard a song sound so bad. I mean, good.
Wow, it must be Tuesday for real. He really clowning. He clowning on Tuesday. Going up on a Tuesday.
Is that Kiki out there? Is that Kiki? Is it really Kiki? I just want to know, is it really Kiki or is it filter Kiki? Which Kiki is it? Kiki, come on, baby, talk to me. Say something, Kiki. Say something if it ain't nothing but a biscuit so I can sop you up like gravy.
Hold on. We got Amaru on the set. What's up? Hey, welcome Amaru, y'all. What's up, Amaru?
What's going on, family? Just real
welcome,
quick.
Sir. Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir.
I appreciate you, man. It's been a great year so far. So a couple things. So I wanted to put this out here that I got some stuff for y'all. We're gonna have a dumpster cleanup in Etna. Like we did when you came to the cleanup. We're gonna be doing that this summer, but we're doing the dumpster on both sides. We're gonna be doing that August 16th. We just in the preliminary stages right now, getting sponsors. So I've been talking to Home Depot, Myers, and Walmart, some of the big names to sponsor. So we got some things popping at that. Then also for the city of Gary too, we're also doing a new series called Community Conversations, right? Where we're no city officials, right? Where we're having conversations with business owners, entrepreneurs, obviously, taxpayers, regular citizens, homeowners in the city of Gary, where we can actually have actionable items, where we talk about what needs to be done as far as voting, politically, organizing those things. Where there's 3 actionable items, and we try to do it every 3 months, right? And we're looking to have it on Broadway That'll be June 5th, but like we're still in the preliminary stages now with that too. So I'm just put that out there. So we love you, bro. We support your show. Mary, and we got this interview with Chairman Fred's son this Saturday morning at 10 a.m. at the Hampton House in Chicago. So that's gonna be pretty dope.
Chicago, okay.
And then that's gonna probably be a prelude to also sitting with the minister. You know what I'm saying? So we got some big
Farrakhan?
Yes, sir. So that's what I'm saying. So we got some we got some headbangers this year, man. So it goes to show you, like, we standing on Black pride, man. We stand on Black principles. You know, our podcast would not be this as successful as it is without the people. And so I say that, you know, you see our sponsors. I was just on the radio in the city of Gary the other day, and the views, I got more views than the mayor and his wife combined. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's crazy, man.
Down.
So I appreciate the people supporting us, man. And I say all that to say this to you. Keep doing what you're doing. Somebody's watching. You know what I'm saying? Even though people go side hate, and that, you know how it go. But just to anybody who's, especially you, keep doing what you're doing. Somebody's always watching. Somebody will support you. I didn't even think we would get the sponsors we got now, and they just came out the woodwork to say, we love what you guys are doing. You know, here's some money. You know, here's for advertising, whatever you guys need. We don't even pay for food anymore. We don't pay for nothing. So that's what I'm saying. So keep doing what you're doing, bro. We love you. I love you. I support you.
Hey, I love what y'all doing too. You and Candace. I love what y'all doing. That's why you said August 16th. I'm trying to make my way on up to Gary. August 16th. We're gonna be there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So but no, man, and then just the thing too, like, when we start bringing more people around, because we getting more high profile, right? We're going to try to, because my thing is, I want to connect everybody, because we operate so many silos as Black people. Like, it's a lot of us do dope content, right? It's a lot of us do, you know, right? So why should it's too many. We are 13% of the population, bro. We should work together.
Facts. I got a question. I got a question to ask you, since we got Kiki here, because I really want your opinion. Okay, what did you think about a couple weeks ago when everybody was talking about this economic blackout of Target and Walmart and all these other stores? What's your opinion?
Okay. So here you go. All right. So you got to know me, right? My mother was a Black Panther, right? So I'm a little different, right? And when people, we're interested people, man, because you got to look at, I always look at history, right? So historically, when DEI was created, right?
Yeah,
it didn't benefit us. It didn't. It's just factually. If you look at the data on the system report, it didn't benefit us. It benefited white women. I'll tell you a quick story. So I'm an accountant, right? So I worked at one of the universities here in Milwaukee. This is about 2020. And so, it's all these doctors on the email. So my job was to keep track of the funding for the accounts, right? For the programs, right? And right now I'm a senior auditor for the state of Wisconsin, right? So my job is to track funding, right? And to see where the money's being spent, whether it's allowed or disallowed on these grants. This goes to the Doge. I'm gonna ask you a question, but this goes to the Doge, right? Why Doge was created. The federal government and these programs waste so much money. They waste so much money. Not saying it doesn't affect our communities, because it does, right? But if we're only 13% of the population, who do you think is going to be impacted first? It's going to be them. So that is why that was created. But when I started at UWM, I sent the email out, right? So you know how I reply email, thanks, ladies, for your response, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got reprimanded by my controller because it was, quote, inappropriate to say, hey, ladies, right? That's when the whole gender thing was coming out. And it blew. I saved the email. I wish I saved it, but it blew my mind because who was in office? Joe Biden, and that's when all that stuff was spiraling out of control. So, and I say all that to say, so when you think about DEI, it helped them because a lot of them see DEI is when you're in these institutions, and it's not just the managers, the executives who are making $250,000. Those are the positions that DEI helps because we're not. Yes, we're qualified, but if you look at all these positions, they're not us; it's them. So I didn't care about DEI. And so my whole basis around it was why y'all boycotting something that didn't even benefit y'all? And then just let's take a step back. Why did y'all want to boycott now? Remember when George Floyd happened? If you was going to boycott anything, you should have been boycotting that. Or let's go back a little further. See, I'm a historian. What about when 2016 when Colin Kaepernick did his thing? Why where was the energy at? You see what I'm saying? I don't get it. And it's mind blowing that we can go on go off the word of a preacher who is a known, whatever you think about him, he's a liar. Remember we talked about that? He cheated on his wife and said, "I'm the man," or whatever. So these are the people
I remember that sermon he preached.
Yes.
then the one he said, "These hoes ain't loyal."
Yeah. He's leading these people. That's one. Two, Roland Martin has no credibility, right? When you've been think about it. This man's been in this spot for a super duper long time. You're very informational. You're very cognizant of what you're saying. What has changed? These are the people at the top. I'm not following behind y'all because at some point when you start understanding how politics works and how these media outlets get paid, they are paying the media people to say what they say, or they're paying the pastors to say what they say. So you're not really remember what he said? It's not really a boycott, it's a fast. You lost me right there.
Yeah,
so,
he did say that's a
come
fast.
on, like, but a lot of us, because my boy, I'm gonna close with this. My boy says this all the time. He said, "Black people love dog food." He said because we don't know when to get up from the floor eating the dog food to go to the table where the plates and the meals are made at. We would still love to be on the floor eating the fucking dog food. And it's really fascinating to see that. So with what we do, you know how we get down. I don't roll like that. If we gonna find opportunities for our people, why would you have your business in Target knowing, like, think about it. You got business owners who they got their product on the shelves of Target, who had their products on the shelves of Target, saw what this food was doing when Biden was in office, refuting the election, all that stuff. So you knew it was a possibility he would get back in office. As a business owner, you should have had the foresight to say, okay, if this goes bad, what's the next steps for me? You are too, and that's my whole point. Black people, and I love them to death. We rely too much on handouts. We do. We don't strategize. We don't organize. We don't move with no foresight. We don't move with any savviness. We are so reliant on stuff. It is detrimental to your spirit, your financial stability, your family, your community, and your economic impact. And I can go on, but I'll just say that. But that's how I felt about it.
Okay. Q, you have anything to say?
Boss.
About
Hold on, we're gonna let Q talk.
anything to say about what?
What he was just saying as far as the whole strikeout, the economic blackout.
Well, I always respect opinion and perspective of other people. I'm one of those people that do that. I do believe in my total thought and this is just in my opinion. My total thought is I based everything I said on unity. Until we stick together, nothing will work for us. That's my stand.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead, D, because we got to get back to our topic. Go ahead, D.
Oh man. First of all, I want to say I appreciate everybody being on the program, including a 300-year-old man like me. In reference to the honorable mentioned man that will be in y'all presence in August, out of respect for the host of the show, I would keep that to myself. Now, when you guys, I knew from the beginning this farce of a don't shop at Target. It was a farce from the beginning. And the same guy that told the people not to shop at white stores or Targets or whatever is the same guy that took his congregation's money and spent it at a white-owned store. Now, come on now. I mean, come on. I mean, how stupid can we be? Willie Lynch syndrome, backwards and forwards and upside down and turn around. You know, a young lady about 80-something years old told me a few years ago. She said, you can say what you want to say because somebody's going to follow you even if it's wrong. Anybody that follows that clown that is putting tarnish on the name of the ministry is a clown from here to there, and I won't take it back. And the words that were just spoken are them of Mr. D, and he don't care who don't like it because he's standing on what he say.
all right. Man. We got to move it on, man. All right, but hey, appreciate you, Amaru, man. We're gonna certainly promote it again on this Thursday when we come back this Thursday. But man, shout out to you, man. We'll check back in with you.
Always love, baby. I'm here. Y'all have a good night.
All right, you too, bro. All right, we
Take care, bro.
We got Kiki in the building with us. We're gonna get back to this young lady, the track star, whose parents refuse to take any accountability. You know, they daughter ain't did nothing. She just an angel. She's God's gift, whatever. All right, D got all this background noise. She is God's gift, and you know, she just ain't did nothing wrong. Kiki, what's your thoughts? Let me ask you this: do you have any daughters that run track?
Yeah, my daughter used to run track. She's in Tennessee right now.
Okay,
She ran
okay. She ain't never had nobody hit her in the head or nothing.
No.
Okay. She would have put them things on them. I already know. Pop, pop, boop, pop, pop.
No.
She would have put that heat. Hey, she would have put that heat on them. Mom gave her that heat. She would have put that.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. But to speak about that, I would say that, you know, we're all God's gift. But in saying that, this was just something that a mistake that she made that she's gonna have to pay the price for. The bad thing about it
I'll
is,
stop you right there. What mistake?
The mistake of taking it upon herself to handle what she didn't even need to handle. I don't know. From what I watched, I don't see it as an accident. But it's sad because in sports you have to have good sportsmanship. We don't win every battle. We lose sometimes. But that should make you want to go back to the drawing board and see how can I win the next one. Unfortunately for the young lady, I feel for her because there has been no accountability from even what I've seen of the parents. I do want to be careful in responding to it because I know things have been said that have been disrespectful. So I definitely don't want to do that. But I will say that as a parent myself, the only interview any of my children would have been having was an interview of apology. Whether it was intentional, whether it was non-intentional, still, I would have made my child apologize. I just would have. The other girl had a concussion. I think I heard she had a concussion, and you just have to be careful. You just have to be careful with our choices and what we choose to do in order to win. And winning just isn't that. We say that it's a good thing to win, but it's not that important to win. And the other part of it being having to battle what she's going to have to battle, because now it's in the hands of the state. So you just I just hope she learns from this, and I hope that the other young lady that had to go through the physical and the mental part of it, that she gets better, and that she feels better as well.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Yeah, I'm with you on the part about sportsmanship, and I do believe that the parents should have really taught this young lady sportsmanship. They really should have sat down with this young lady and had this talk with her like at a young age. You know, it's too late now. You 18 now. You about to graduate, but you should have learned this when you was like 4, 5, 6. You know, when you was in kindergarten and you play, you know how they teach kids to play with other kids, and you know the other kids, you know, don't want you touching their toy. They take their toy and hit you over the head with it. That's the right around that time is when you got to be teaching them like, hey, you don't do that. You share with others, you know, and then when you lose, like you don't get mad when you lose and fight. You don't do that, you know. But it has gotten to the point to where now they've been served that paperwork because they never really they never heard from them. And so when they started, when that media attention, when they got that media attention, that's when they started hearing from them. And it was too late now, because now the state just sent you that paperwork, you're gonna get that work. And then they doubled down, and now guess who's involved? Yep. I hate to do y'all like that. I've been big supporters of y'all, but if y'all gonna co-sign this ignorance, I gotta call y'all name on tonight. That is the NAACP. Y'all are co-signing this foolishness. You seen that, Kiki? I'm about to find the video. This is
I heard
ridiculous.
about it. I did not see the full thing. I can only imagine that that they are maybe thinking, here we go again. But at the end of the day, it's really a shame that other people outside have to make other people accountable. And the NAACP, I heard about it, but this is just not right. There has to be some
Yeah, it was really
accountability.
bad.
There has to be. If we're going to help our children, we get them corrected so they don't do this again. We correct them when they're wrong so they don't make that mistake again. And we got to do better. We have to do better. As I'm a parent, we have to do better with getting things right with our children, man. There is a world out here that
And
will
you know
beat them
what
up.
the bad part is, though, Kiki? You know what the bad part is? That this girl got her father in her life, and her father, he going along with the shenanigans too.
Oh yeah.
That's bad. And you know as hard as we go on the women around here about
You know,
they we
yeah.
gotta get on his ass. We gonna get on his ass because what type of man are you? This dude, he gonna sit his ass on the couch talking about some, well, we gotta travel 3 hours. We already gotta travel 3 hours away to a place where they already hate us, they don't like us, Yeah, because of the choices that your daughter choose to make and of your co-sign and double down it.
Yeah. The thing is, just because, and this is where we get it kind of mixed up. Just because the parent is there, don't mean that they're good parents. But just because you're there in the present does not mean that you have to these kids generation. It's a different generation out here.
I got to ask you a question about abandonment. I got to ask. We're gonna get back to it, but I got to ask you a question about abandonment. Yesterday we had a huge discussion on the page, on the Facebook page, and I asked the question. I said, "Can a broad divorce a man biblically?" And it was different assortment of answers, and I just happened to go to Google, and I put it in there, and Google said, "Yes, according to the scriptures, a bride can divorce a man." What did it say? It said if adultery has been committed or abandonment. And I wanted to ask about abandonment because I know a lot of women, they quick to try to say they feel abandoned, and the nigga be right there in the bed. So as a woman, I'm not a woman, so let me ask you, as a woman, have you ever felt abandoned even when you had a nigga laying in the bed with you?
Yes. Just because you're present don't mean that you're present mentally.
So that's enough to divorce a man, though.
Listen, you can be right there in the bed with me every night and still, and you have to be careful with that, because I can feel that spirit. You can be right there in the bed with me and not like me. You can be doing your own thing. You could be not paying attention to what your mate needs at the moment. Oh, you can be abandoned and still be present. We just talked about it when I said that you can have parents that are right there, but they can neglect and abandon you. It's a mental thing.
Bruh.
Go ahead, Danger.
Wait a minute. Let me choke down this ice cube real quick. Wait a minute, bruh.
Oh.
Let me
Don't
tell
choke.
you something. I know you're gonna give me that CPR. That's what I'm waiting on. Hey, but now check this out, man.
Oh, we got scrutinize this. Scrutinize this is entered the chat. Yeah, he got a question for you, Kiki. Wait. You got Kiki in the chokehold over here, Danger. What you just do? You got Kiki in the chokehold. Hold on, Kiki. You all right, Kiki? You okay? Hold on, wait. She about to choke on her water.
I'm laughing at Mr. D of what he said.
What'd he say? I didn't miss it. What'd he say?
You gotta rewind the tape and see it. Hey, but wait a minute, man. Wait a minute, man. Let me figure this out, man. That is the whole problem. Doggone it, I'm gonna slap my knee too. That's the whole doggone problem with these so-called folk that reading that tampered with King James Version Bible. They read it, they see what it said, and let me add a little vanilla extra in it because I think I want to be swallowed.
Swallow.
Take it for what it's worth. If it says apples, it means apples. It don't mean swallow the orange juice.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming?
So
Hey, one of your fans had a question for you. Scrutinize this. King Dwayne has entered the chat. He's a big supporter, fan of Q. He said, "Is this feeling a reason for a divorce?"
Abandonment?
Yeah, that cause I know a lot of women, they try to use that to their advantage when they want to take a nigga's money in court. I'm just gonna keep it real tonight.
Well, I'm not talking. Well, I'm not condoning any of that. But what I'm saying is, you do have to be supplying being a husband now. Me, if you're laying right next to me, but you're abandoning everything that I need, every emotion, and it goes. And the thing is, you asked about abandonment. That's all I'm talking about. But yes, you can lay right next to a man and not receive what you need. That is abandonment. That's neglect.
I feel.
I got a question for you, Q.
What happened?
I got a question for you, Q.
Yes.
Okay. Now,
Right.
Yes,
yes. Now she want to be all yes.
Okay, now check this out. Have you now most of us, especially guys 300 years old like me, most of us know that a woman and some men can cry at a drop of a hat with nothing be wrong with them, right?
Yes.
And the same way it is with a woman that wants to get out and scallywag by saying, "Oh, you're in the bed with me, but I'm abandoned. You're not emotionally here." Shut up, woman. You just want some strange.
Oh.
I mean, I mean, now, when I say that,
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelmed?
But see, the reason why I say that is because some women will find that abandonment, and I don't too much go for a lot of things Google say, because when Google say abandonment is grounds for divorce, I can't buy that too much, because the guy that owns Google also divorced his wife, the scallywag. But anyway,
and I tried to have I tried to well no they I said they even put a scripture to go with the abandonment. They used the scripture the Apostle Paul was talking about, and I was like, I don't even think that go with that, but that's what they use. They use that scripture, and then they used the scripture about adultery, saying that this is a reason why a woman can divorce a man.
That's not biblically sound, but I guess it sounds good to the people.
Man, I'm about to go find. I'm about to find it and pull it up. Your boy King Dwayne said, "I see danger is in rare form."
Well,
whoa. He growled.
Mr. Dick.
It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Tuesday. Two-wing Tuesday. Two-wing Tuesday. Go ahead, Q.
Calm down. Okay, so listen. I heard what you said, that some women would use that as a way to do what they do. They don't need to use that as an excuse. They would just need to do what they do. I mean, some women are like that. But again, we can't play this card like everyone is like that, though.
No, not every woman.
Some women are.
Not every woman. Not every woman. There are some women out there, very, very few, that actually know what a woman is supposed to do to maintain her man and her relationship. 98% of the women out there, 98.9% of the women out there, don't know what it takes to maintain the man that they themselves have picked to be their mate.
Well, are you teaching them?
Yes, I am. And I got 2 switches in the corner that's braided up. I'm going to tear them up.
Is that teaching them or is that reprimanding them?
Well, it's like the song said, some like it rough.
He's speaking your language. Let me stop. Hold on, let me I'm about to pull it up for you, Danger. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull this up for you real quick, and I'm gonna read this. This it was pretty. It was crazy. I shared it with King Dwayne. He was like, wow. Let me see. Can a woman it say biblically, hold on. All right, there you go. It say biblically a woman can divorce her husband in cases of adultery or if her husband abandons her, but the Bible generally views marriage, Now see, they got this other garbage highlighted, but this is what they should have had highlighted. But the Bible generally views marriage as a lifelong covenant and discourages divorce. That's what they should have had highlighted. It says adultery, equal description for adultery. Jesus states in Matthew 5:32 that divorce is permissible except for sexual immorality, adultery, implying that if a husband commits adultery, the wife can divorce him. Then they do the one with abandonment in 1 Corinthians 7:15. Paul states that if an unbelieving spouse leaves, the believing spouse is not bound to remain in the marriage.
Okay, so wait a minute. Go back to that. Hold on, wait a minute. So go back. Hold on.
To
Wait
the
a minute. Go back to what Paul says. So if the unbelieving spouse, let's say it's either way, but we were talking about the woman being abandoned. So say the man leaves and does whatever he wants to do. What is the wife supposed to do? She's supposed to stay in a marriage that he's not there?
Can I help you out a little bit?
This speaks of him leaving one place to another.
And let me help you out a little bit. Let me slap myself real quick before I help you out. Ouch, that kind of hurt. Look, that verse there is just the A part of the verse. Slide in the B part of the verse. Because see, that's what kills a whole lot of scriptures. People would take the top of the verse and chew on it without going down and eating the nitty gritty of the, as they say down south, the marrow of the bone. You gotta take the whole thing. See, if somebody did not know anything about the tampered with King James Version, they'll say, well, this is what Google says, and this is true. Yes, Google did say that, but what else did Google say that went along with that in that same very verse? Because see, you don't want to just throw that stuff out there for, choking people with stuff that's irrelevant.
All right, I got the whole verse. It says, but if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. Oh. All right, I got the scripture. I'm gonna read it. Don't tell me I'm struggle streaming again. Okay, can you hear me? I think I'm struggle streaming.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. All right, I was struggle streaming. All right, we back. Let me see. I got the whole scripture. Danger, you there, Danger?
That's not the whole scripture.
Tell me Danger then left. Did Danger leave?
Doesn't it start from 13?
I saying I got the whole verse. I got the whole verse. That's what I got. Well, what up?
As you read it, do the audience a favor by reading the complete verse and not just the A part. Read the A part because it's connected with the B part. Now that's talking about causing us to peace. In other words, if a guy want to cut out on a woman, let the brother cut out. You ain't got to stand in front of the door and beat him up because he got his suitcase and leaving. Let him leave. Yeah. That's what he's saying. But then the other part of the verse.
Yeah. A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases, but God hath called us to peace.
Now,
you would have to pull up 1 Corinthians 7 chapter, and you're going to have to read that. You're going to have to read from that first verse. 17. But I think, just pull up set. Yeah, now go in.
Start with 14.
Because I think it's 13 or 14.
All right, where y'all want me to start at?
Let's start with 14. Okay. I like 1 and a 4. Like shooting craps.
All right, we're gonna go to
go to 14.
For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife. I'm reading. Can y'all hear me? I'm reading it. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were your children unclean, but now are they holy.
Okay, I missed that one. It should have been the one above it, 13.
It should be 13. It's
Talking about
13.
he talking about he's shooting craps. He like 1-4.
Yeah, you know, like
Anywho,
they need a new pair of shoes.
Papa need
7-Eleven
some
catch
teeth.
4 before I hit
Like,
the
yeah,
door.
go. Yeah, without what Richard Pryor says, they going. You need to go on to fix that tooth. He's, I don't like you, and I don't like them kids. I don't like them kids. Get that! I'm gonna stick you, and I'm gonna stick him. Get that little mother away from me. I see somebody else. Somebody else is ready to join the stage. We're gonna bring them in a minute. Let me read. You said 1-3. All right. And the woman which hath an husband that believeth not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Oh, Kiki. Kiki.
Did you hear that verse?
What about?
It said he can do what he want to do if he want to stay with her, and if she's a believer, if she believe in what she say she believe in, and he want to do his own thing and not believe in it right now, let him do his thing, and you just stay right there till he decide to come home in 6 years.
Well, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Get the big girl
That ain't
panties
got
on. Get them on. Get them on.
That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm sure.
Wait a minute. Now we talking about pulling off the granny panties. Now wait just a minute. Listen. Listen now. Listen. If what I'm about to say is correct, then most of the people that consider themselves tampered with King James Version readers need to go back and try it again. It says, man should not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. Most people say the King James Version, the tampered with version, is the word of God. So if God says this, then that woman, if she believe in the God she says she do, she stand by and let him do what he do, and she keep going to church and praying and talking to God. And eventually, if it is so, the man will get saved and they both will walk their way into heaven.
I know many women that did that. Growing up in the apostolic church, I've seen it.
Mr. D, you can't take verse 13 and forget all the other verses, sweetheart. You're not going to take verse 13 and forget all the rest, because it's all in compliance.
Yes, it's all in compliance. So let's break out the raw honey, because as you see the 13th verse, when he reads the 14th verse about knowing that the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the woman that is living what she says she living and not just talking and spitting game, he will get saved on her account, for the simple reason why. A lot of folk that run in them places they call worshiping buildings don't believe this part here.
Correct.
If you abide in me, and my word abide in you, ask what you will, and the Father will give it to thee. So if I got a husband, well, I ain't exactly flipped that script yet, but
Whoa, yeah, clean that up real quick. Clean that up.
I had to, man. I had visions of TD Jakes running through here. Hey,
I ain't gonna play it. I ain't gonna even play it. Go ahead.
Whatever you ask for, if you are in the right place with God, I don't care who it is, pork and beans and rice, then that's real nice. But if you ask him for it, he'll give it to you. All you have to do is walk the line like he said in the tampered with King James Version Bible. If you walk it like it says walk it, you can do what you want to do, and he'll answer every word you say. If I am wrong, show me in your tampered with King James Version where someone was living for God after Pentecost and asked God to do something for them, and God said, no, I ain't gonna do it. Except one man, and that was the Apostle Paul. But other than that, everybody that walked the line got what they asked for.
So are you referring to the desires of your heart?
Well, I would say it like this. I'll say it like this. Um, he will give you the desires of your heart, even if it's to your own hurt, because you're living for him. And his son said that whatever you ask him for, he said he'll give it to you. So he'll give it to you, even if it's to your own hurt. I see a lot of pastors won't teach that because they're
Yeah,
scared they're going to miss out on what they call tithes that you're not supposed to pay no way.
well, the scripture also says that he will give you the desires of your heart if you delight yourself in him.
Well, that's kind of like B before A. Let's go with A. If you delight yourself in the Lord, then he'll give you the desires of your heart. A, B, C. Okay, I'm with you, Q. You, boy, you rubbing the fur on my neck now, girl.
Oh my God, not the fire.
Yeah, then, but here go another question though. How can two walk lest they agree?
Easy.
Well, it happens. We doing our own thing though. That's the problem. We're doing our own.
They didn't fell off. But yeah, I mean, I just threw that in there because, and I'm glad you just said what you just said. We doing our own thing, right?
Sure.
When what we really supposed to do is seek the kingdom. We got to seek
That's
the
right.
kingdom first, because what the scriptures say: seek ye first the kingdom of God, and wait, all these things, and wait, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and then all of these things, these worldly things, all this other stuff that you asking for, that'll be added unto you. That's the
Yeah.
problem. But
Yeah.
but I'm glad we got this scripture up here, because pretty much the scripture is talking about when it speak of abandonment, it's talking about, physically not being there. But that's why I asked you that question, because we have women today in today's world, today's modern society, say, abandonment is, mentally not being there, even though the nigga may be laying in the bed right next to you. But since I mentally feel abandoned, now I have grounds for a divorce, which is rich to me is a cop out.
Well, the thing is, once you get married, you shouldn't, first of all, before you even get married, you shouldn't even be thinking about divorce. You see what I'm saying? Soon as you start taking in it, well, if this person don't, or if this person don't, then I'm just gonna divorce. To get married, a divorce shouldn't even be on your mind. It just should not be a thought. You should want marriage is basically forever. Does it happen that way all the time? No. But again, I'll go back to what I said many months ago. The reason why it doesn't happen and it doesn't work right is because we are choosing incorrect for ourselves. We're choosing we're trying to build relationship on a unsolid foundation. It's unstable. It won't last because we're marriage on all these other things. Money, a man has to make a certain amount. A woman has to have a nice body. We're taking all of these things and making marriage, and you cannot do that. That's not solid.
I'm glad you didn't hear what I just said.
What'd you say?
I said she gotta have some good cooch too.
I mean, but how many times have you had that? And it still didn't.
No, right. How many times have I had it? Because Lord, no. All these women be talking about, oh, he was this, he was that, he was this. I'm like, some of y'all trash in bed too. All right, wait, we ain't gonna get
that goes both ways, but I will say this, because I don't really talk about the deepness of sexual and but I can't go there. The only thing with that is
we don't want you to go there. Stay safe. Stay safe. Don't do it.
Oh, it's safety in talking about sexual encounters. That's what's wrong with the church now. We don't talk about it enough. I'm just saying we don't have those discussions.
Right.
And sometimes it's just like having a discussion with a child. You have to take it's so crazy because some of us adults still deal with child trauma.
Come on.
So it's the thing as dealing with a child. If you don't tell a child what to do, how to do, and kind of how to move, their mind will tell them to do a certain thing or to take the experience themselves and not know, right? So when we start talking about it and putting it in the air and talking about certain things, sometimes that will take the thought of a person experiencing it a different way. If you really knew that when you lay down and all the spirits that the person that you're sleeping with now becomes your spirit, you probably wouldn't do it as much. Because you don't want to be entangled with all these other things. And the spirit, those spirits are real.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
It's real. And you can be sleeping with an enemy. You can be sleeping with a cycle that you will never be able to unbreak on your own. It's all of these things. So you have to be careful. And yes, we do need to talk about it. But another thing, what I was going to say to you is when a person starts talking about how great they are in bed and you've never asked, and you've never asked, you don't even need to say no more.
Okay. Oh, so you saying if a person just start just strike up a conversation saying, "Hey,
Just striking up, yeah, how good you are in bed and
got that heat. I got that heat for you, Kiki. I got that meat and I got that heat. You don't want that heat, do you? I know you don't want that heat. You don't want that. You ain't trying to be burning."
You might think you have it, but who? It's to whose discretion once you sleep with them. That's the my discretion.
So I got that meat and I got that heat for you. Heavy meat up in this. Woo! Oh man, we got away from the topic. All right, we're gonna bring him on in. I see Danger that fell off when he didn't came back. We're gonna bring him on in.
When I look down, thanks be to God. Thanks be to God. When I look down, I can see the rod.
Well, there we go. We got King Dwayne in the building. We got
I
Danger
see.
back
Here you
on the
go.
set.
Here you
What
go.
up? What up?
Here you go on them shenanigans. Here you go.
Hell to the king. Hell to the king. Where's the lightning and the hell to the king? Nah, I'm gonna be. I'm not gonna let my hair down because she. Yeah, I think that's right. Man, look.
Hey, your girl Kiki was talking tonight. She said that we do need to have those type of discussions about sex, and I think the church need to speak about it too. But you know, that's what I mean. I believe. Hey, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna stay a step further. If the church did have them conversations, it might cut down on teen pregnancy. All right, I said it. Yep, I said it.
Stop. Somebody give me a shoe.
Cut down
Somebody
on
give me a
teen
2x4.
pregnancy.
I need me a 2x4. I need to
you
wear
about to
that
whack
head
you
out.
know,
Where my
whack you with
2x4 at?
That's all facts, because the biggest thing that people need to understand, I've been saying this for years. The biggest thing that you need to understand is that you need to make your children understand, teach them. Like people always talk about the dang on birds and the bees. I tell them like I would never be I would never be afraid or intimidated to talk to my children about sex. You know, we have to have the discussion. But here's the start. It ain't no dang on birds and bees. It's a seed and a sower. The Bible told us that.
Come on.
So when you make it clear, and how much the Mashiach keep putting it out there that he kept talking about the tree, because as men we are the tree. Every time you hear something about the tree, that represents the beginning. So before there is even a relationship between, because that's what marriage really is. It's a relationship of salvation between a man and his disciples. And his first disciple starts with his wife. So he left mother and father. Never said nothing about no woman leaving no mother and father. When that man leaves his mother and father and cleaves to the one he chooses or whoever he chooses, and they create one flesh, Kiki is absolutely right. The goal is to stay together because now God's purpose shifts to the one flesh. What is the one flesh? It can only be the children. You have to stay together to raise them. And that's why you have so much lost young people out here. That's why they become these clowns out here in the streets and all these like they say, these YN clowns out here, whatever all this terminology they be using out here. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, when you lay it to them in the beginning that the second that your son starts to feel those different changes in his body. Oh, this happened down there. Or that changed. Or, Daddy, this what's going on down there. You get to explain it to you. Let your son, your daughters know. Okay, you going through your cycle. You going through your stuff. That's a natural thing. Also, anytime you have any attraction for the complementing sex, like a lot of people like to say the opposite sex. Anytime you have young lady, young man feeling each other, attracted to each other, we need to quit doing what people used to be doing probably in our generation, which is dang near shunning us to hell and saying that we're gonna help understand we're gonna help y'all, you know what I'm saying, figure this situation out. Now we ain't saying y'all gonna be together, we ain't saying none of this, that, the other, but we're gonna discuss what you saying you feel. Because the first thing we need to establish that it's not sin that you're attracted to each other. But the many things that you can go into, as Kiki was alluding to earlier, the many things that you can start going into, then that goes to what you said, it usually ends up being teen pregnancies and all this other stuff, because Kiki basically in a nutshell was saying the famous saying, curiosity killed the cat. If you don't break it down, if you don't sit them down and make it okay to have the conversations, then they're only left with being curious. So now curiosity gonna be all out there until they kill the cat, and then they got to come to you and have that conversation talking about, well, you know, Dad, I think this girl say she pregnant, or da 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 da. That little girl coming home talking about, I don't know how to say this, Mama, but something going on in my body. Now y'all go to the doctor, or y'all having a situation where you taking it to the doctor already.
Girl, 3 months.
Yeah, and the doctor coming to you, I got to have a conversation with you, Mama. We don't want that. We don't want it uncomfortable at all. Me and mine gonna talk. We gonna understand. My children be cracking up when I tell them. I've been having this conversation with them since they was youngest. Now my oldest is about to be 13. My one after that is 11, and my twin girl's about to be 10 in June. They have been told from jump, you are my seed. And I've let my young ladies know they the soil, and they're to be cultivated. And I've let my young men know that they're farmers. And you can't just be putting your seed on any farm, on any ground.
Right.
And at the token, it's my job to and part of mommy's job to help cultivate that soil that is that young lady, so she don't feel like she could just, oh, every little girl, you cute. Oh my God. Nah, we ain't doing that.
No,
Nah, we
That's
ain't
the
doing
part of I think that's a part of, I think we've missed teaching because we don't teach self-control.
Uh-oh.
You can be attracted to somebody, you can be attracted to someone, they can be that thing. But you don't have to give yourself to them.
Hey, stop bragging on me. Stop bragging on me.
Ain't nobody bragging on you, Mr. D. Ain't nobody bragging. I wanted to ask you something, Tyron, because I don't never ask a question. But I want to ask you this. Would you ever, or is it your desire, to actually be married?
Yes, I would like to. I would like to. I do.
To one woman now.
To one woman. I mean, starting out, yes. Yes.
Starting out. Boy, you trying to hit that marathon, ain't you?
Yeah, I mean, because it could be a situation. It could be a situation where it might be another woman that need to be added to the mix.
Hey,
no.
What's so funny?
That's called being greedy and that's called being greedy.
In other words, Deji said it gotta start one.
Yeah, hold on, wait. I can't hear everybody talking. What you say, Dwayne?
I said in other words, what you telling Danger is it gotta at least start with one. So
yeah, we're gonna start out with one. We're gonna, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna go low. Then we, you know what I'm saying, we can work our way up. But originally, yes, I want one. But I'm saying it might be a situation where another one might have to get added. You know, you just never know, you know. You just never know. I
Situation.
mean, I'm about to say something. Hold on, I'm about to say something that a lot of y'all don't realize, but y'all gonna realize it now. It's a lot of women. I promise, guys. A lot of women when they see couples together, they nipples get hard, they cooch get wet, they get turned on. I read so many comments like, "Oh my God, that couple, they just so pretty. I just like that couple." I've seen women say, "You know what? I would love to be a part of that couple." Come on, tell me I'm lying. I've
part of
seen a
that,
lot of women like that.
a part of that couple.
Okay, so it's a whole lot of freaky deaky going on
What, I,
out
what
there.
I'm saying, what I'm saying is, I just seen women
I
on
go
these
that with that.
hey, on these little chat rooms. I be reading the comments like, dang, she said that for real. Like, oh, I love to be a part of that marriage couple married. They like, I like to be a part of both of them. They both look pretty. They look happy. They look cute. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start screenshotting some of this stuff I be reading. I'm gonna start screenshotting.
Why don't you just not get married and do that?
Why don't I not get married? I mean, my desire is to be one flesh though.
Okay.
But it ain't gonna be it ain't gonna be what you talking about. That walking down the aisle, here comes the bride, the bed and bed. No, it ain't about to be that. No, it ain't gonna be that. But we're gonna be one flesh though, most definitely.
Okay.
And that's what I want to ask Kiki. Like,
He's
do
right.
you
Yeah, ask Kiki.
with the more and more information comes out, with the more and more information that comes out, do you really believe? Because I've said it many times. Do you really believe with as much intel that's out there and been revealed about the family court? Everybody says it's its own entity that breaks its own rules because it really is $1 billion business. It's not, when you think about how that cycle works, it's really demonic because a man and a woman is supposed to be able to make their agreement outside of someone else. That's what makes it real marriage. And I heard a so-called white guy, he did a teaching on it. And he showed the proof that he got married with his wife outside of court, and it was validated. It was recognized. And he said, because so many people don't understand, especially in God, because so many people don't understand that as a man, you're supposed to have the power, and as the woman, to make an agreement with each other, and it's solid between y'all. That you run in the court, and the first thing they think when you ask for their papers, let me get that marriage license. Well, they're looking at you as incompetent because you don't even know how to make your own agreement. So then they tell you, well, are you first cousins? Are you second cousins? Are you such and such? Okay, you good. You can get married. That's all they're gonna ask you because there's so much more fine print that you'll never know until that thing that you said should never come up comes up, and now it ain't really even divorce. It's called dissolution of marriage. Because what's happening is they have to dissolve their own paperwork that started it. But the key is you have to go in there and ask them for permission, like you ain't of God, and then you have to go back in and ask them to divorce, like you ain't of God. So it's a lot of that blows up in our faces. I've been through it. It's a lot of that blows up in our faces where it's like, dog, the Holy Spirit be like, dude, you never was supposed to do that. So my question to you and many of today, as much as we keep talking about we God, we this, we seeking him first, do you rock with that? Would it have to be that? Or are we on God? Could you take having an agreement between you and a man and it's solid and it's ironclad?
Most people, King, are hail to the king. Hail to the king.
So,
You know,
so I get
most people that runs down there to get married, first of all, they're not in God in the beginning.
Come on.
They're not. And most of the ones that select their partner, whether she be male or whether she be female, or whether she be whatever she want to call herself.
Them they.
Yeah, them they non-binaries. They take they take and pick their own partner as opposed to them that say that they are in God and allowing God to pick their partners. They pick their own partners, and then 2 or 3 months down the road, I'm with you, Key. When they get married, they don't be thinking about divorce. But 2 or 3 months down the road, they start listening to their buddies who start infiltrating the 2 of them and become 3 and 4 of them. And they start listening. The worst thing, I'll say this real quick and get out the way. The worst thing I could ever see a woman doing is telling another woman how good her man is financially, bed-wise, and just on general principles.
Mm-hmm.
When women do that, they're basically saying, hey, girl, you want to come and try my man? And it's usually it's the girl's right-hand partner that tries her man because she done already told how good he was, and I got to try it myself. I want to see what you're talking about. And in all honesty, ain't no need of getting mad at the man because you the one that put him out there to your partner.
Facts.
So, since you gave your partner your man, sit back and enjoy it. I'm not into the 5 or 6 women marriage because I know they can't handle the pressure no way. But
I got a question for the men now. I got a question for both of the men. All right.
I didn't even hear I didn't even hear my Kiki answer the question. Answer the question.
Oh, it was a question to Kiki. My bad. Go ahead, Kiki. My bad.
Throw them shoulders, girl. Throw them shoulders, girl. Throw them shoulders.
Oh, she got the shoulders.
Work them shoulders.
Don't get all up in the bunch. No, but
the shimmy.
for me, dang, this is a good conversation. So for me, listen, what I want to say is about
this is what we do, Kiki. This is what we do.
About that. Could I, for me myself, I know y'all remember. Do y'all remember when I was talking about how I didn't want to get my last name changed?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember that. We ain't forgot.
Y'all remember that?
Criminal.
Okay, so
get you right now.
Wait a minute. I changed my mind about that. I did. I changed my mind.
Oh, hold
I
on.
really
Sound
did.
the alarm, man. Shout out to Kiki.
I really did. I tell y'all, I changed it about 2.5 years ago when I really, really, really wanted to be married and really had the desire to be married. I still have it, but I'm not in that relationship anymore. But what I want to say is I don't necessarily have to go to the justice of the peace and actually do that, nor do I have to have a big wedding. I can really just have a nice reception and have the people that I want there, and that just be our thing. But because I'm not like that, like I don't have to have all of what somebody else has. I don't have to do that. I'm my own person. So I'm able, what I'm saying is I'm open-minded when it comes to certain things. I do want to say, would it be a problem only because it's a money thing? That's my question back.
Well,
so is it just a problem because of the money that is, it is a business that, I mean, you got to be honest about the truth about it. So it is a business that is getting it, but it's getting it for the wrong reasons.
Doggone it. There go my 5 aluminum pens. God dog
it. For the wrong reason.
What is Deja talking about?
I don't know what he's talking about, but we're not.
About, as far as the money.
What I'm saying is when King Dwayne was talking about the money that's made, when you have the alimony, you have the child support, you have all these entities that come together, and you're getting what I watched. Was that Tiana that just got divorced? And they're saying all the stuff that she got. And you know what? Sometimes I don't even trust media sometimes because I think they add on things.
I don't
Tiana
believe.
doesn't seem like the person that would take that much knowing she's already rich. But it puts it out there like that, and you never know what's true. But I'm just saying, when it comes to the end of that, with me, and this is just how I would do it. If I was in that case, for me being who I am, I don't need all your money. My riches is in God. I'm always going to be taken care of.
Oh Lord.
That's why even right
Yeah,
now,
let's
right
say
now
that.
with me and my children, he's not on child support. He's not on child support. He's
He
not on
really
child support. First of all, if child support was really for the child more than it is for the state,
Mm-hmm. Come on, talk
you
about it.
gotta, you have to start getting wiser. We have to start getting wiser about our movement now. You got to start picking up on stuff. If I'm in a bind and something's going on and he's in a bind too because of the state, how do we get ahead anyway?
Oh, come
You
on.
So you
send him to jail.
have
You
to
send him
start
to
being
jail for
smarter
non
about our
support, so he
movement.
can't pay anyway.
And Kiki, you just made me, Lord Tyron Joe. Man, I was listening to a live stream with Anton Daniels a couple of days ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of the older mothers that was on his panel. Man, she spoke with so much wisdom to one of the ladies, and she said exactly what Kiki just said. I gotta find this and send it because I feel like the spirit that hit Kiki with that. Because I'm gonna tell you, she said the exact same thing. She said just on a regular, if something is a need, the woman will say, well, let me, she'll tell baby daddy or whoever, the state, whatever. Well, let me get this money together. I gotta wait till I get paid, blah, 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 blah. And it's no problem. She say, when that happens for the man, everything Danger just said, he locked up, he this, he that. And she's like, that ain't cool. If it worked for me, why it don't work for him? Like, this our babe, this our child. But it comes down to that greed, because what did the scripture say? And I truly believe that this is a part of the prophecy of the Mashiach. It said you cannot serve God and money. You can't have more than one master. You're gonna love one, you're gonna hate the other. And I truly believe that that's what a lot of these women battling with. Why it's so easy to run to Zaddy, because they're getting help and assistance to put your head on the platter when they are those greedy and I'll add evil, bitter brides. Because the ones like Kiki are a diamond in the rough, because it ain't just about a action. It's about the fact that you have the wisdom to understand what Kiki just said. Because we all people, we were submissive enough to lay down with each other in whatever position. We might not have been even laying down. But
Hey, hey.
Tuesday. Hey. But we here. We created this life. We created the one flesh. And even in a divorce, that's one of the craziest things I laughed at when my marriage, my ex ended, went up there. And now it's been 8 years now that our license has been dissolved, our license. And it's been tucked under that rug called irreconcilable differences, because it's the equivalent to back in the day when a man could just walk out the house. And this is another thing I love Kiki what brought it to the light, because y'all was reading that scripture, y'all was going in. And I said, I got to jump on here, because that Danger hit talking about, y'all talking about the loneliness, the abandonment, and all this different stuff, is levels to divorce and putting away. And where people be talking about God hate divorce, that's a lie. He hate the putting away. Y'all need to go look at that scripture. He hate the putting away. And that putting away would be that man just walking away and abandoning his woman, because now you put her in the position of adultery, because she gonna be alone.
That's right. And I'm teared up too.
At some point, her walls gonna fall, because you've been gone for X amount of years. You just abandoned her, and you telling me that when the scriptures tell you to marry to keep from burning, to keep from having those burning desires. The scripture told you it's better to marry than to have those burning desires. And you gonna just abandon this woman and put her away and just walk away while she left burning. I can promise you them walls gonna come tumbling down for somebody. And that would be adultery, because for a woman, adultery is anybody she touches. For a man, the scriptures say, when he touches another man's wife, because that's utterly wicked. That's why it makes sense what he told David. I gave you XYZ and I would have gave you more. You were so greedy you had to go for this man's wife. You looking over there at Bathsheba, his wife? You got women. So why you need a man's wife? That's where David committed adultery, that he touched another man's wife. But people like that don't know how to teach, going back to what Danger said, they'd say he was a whoremonger and all this different stuff. No, he wasn't. He was just an adulterer and a murderer. That's what he did. So when it comes down to, you know what I'm saying, doing things properly, the more these homes are broken the way they're broken, it causes everybody to go down a road of chaos. The family ain't no good without the father. The family ain't good without the mother. And I can promise you, if you lose them children in that house, the family ain't good without them either. You don't want them having confusion and being out here in these streets. And the only way that they can release their emotions and react is, oh, he stepped on my shoes. Pop, 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 pop. They trying to let that emotion out. So we got a lot of problems out here, man.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, I had a question for the fellas real quick. And I got to show this next video. Fellas, okay. Have y'all ever been in a relationship and y'all had a chick come at you knowing that y'all was in a relationship? I gotta ask y'all that.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a yeah from Dwayne. All right, Danger.
I refuse to answer on the grounds I might tell the truth.
Anywho, that's what I was talking about to finish up what I was saying when I said, hey, I might have to have a next one. I might have to marry another one, because it happens all the time. Men be in relationships, women be coming. It happens all the time. And I want to ask Kiki, have you ever came at a nigga that was in a relationship? Did you, have you ever was like, man, let me go holler at him unknowingly?
Unknowingly? Like if
Yeah.
I didn't know about her?
Right.
If I didn't, yes, recently.
Okay.
T.
Wait, you said recently. Recently, you was talking to a nigga recently and he in a relationship? But I'm gonna tell you though, subliminally, y'all don't be you think that's what be drawing y'all. The fact that we have other chicks, y'all get drawn to us because we got women. I'm trying to tell you, women draw women. If we're gonna be real.
What got to do with what I just said?
Well, I ain't hear what you just said. Say it again.
I said I didn't know about the woman.
Oh, okay.
And we have been talking for a little time, and normally I just did something different, but normally I ask up front because I don't overstep that boundary. I don't have to. But
wait a minute, hold up.
See, that's what I'm saying. She about to put her foot in the mouth. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm about to put it in my mouth. What I'm saying is I didn't ask if he was in a relationship, and on his information it says that he's divorced.
On his page.
I didn't do my homework, but later on I asked, and he was like, yeah. And I was
Why do y'all believe what's posted on people's pages anyway? That's what I don't get. Y'all be straight up taking it like, wait, say that he married. He say he got this, and that. That nigga ain't got none of that.
I normally ask. I just didn't on this time, but I normally ask. But that's what I seen, and it may be because I'm not even gonna make no excuse. I just didn't do things the way I normally would, but I won't do it again. Because you start to talk to a person and be around them, and and stuff like that.
Basically,
And
you
there
develop feelings for
comes
this nigga.
those
You develop
emotions.
feelings for this nigga. Yeah, you should have went on and
Here
told him
comes
like,
those
you know what,
like what?
go on and marry me. Go on and marry me too. Go on, add me to the mix. That's what you should have told him. Like, make me part of the bunch.
Not with that. I don't know how to share.
Kiki don't want to be in no village.
See, and that's the problem though. That's the
I don't.
problem though. She don't know how to share, but that's why we talking about this little young lady today, because her parents didn't teach her parents didn't teach her how to be a kid, didn't teach her how to apologize. She didn't teach her manners. She didn't teach her how to say I'm sorry. How to share. She didn't teach her none of that. That little girl, she gonna be a little trash little broad to a nigga. I mean, I hate to say it, but she gonna be a trash broad.
With that,
When she get a man,
be
she gonna
easy
be
with
a trash.
Well, I'm
be
gonna
easy
Say
say
with
what?
this.
the category though.
I mean, I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. When the little girl, we're gonna call her girl. When the little girl get in a relationship, she gonna be trash to that nigga. I'm keeping it real.
That is
I mean, she
the foundation.
18.
And
Yeah.
I'm hearing really, really, I'm talking about some of the wise women that I actually don't have a problem with listening to teach. Like
Crimson Cure.
They teach on Crystal Cure. She did an amazing. She did
I'm
an
about to go
amazing.
check it out. I'm about to check it out.
She did not hold no punches. You heard that mother in her voice. She could not stand how them parents was not making these little media outlets, this stuff they doing. Why y'all not making these about apologies to this little girl? It's wild, because you're teaching her that she don't never need to be accountable in no situation.
Right.
She's never. She's never.
Well,
She was
that's
never
true.
checked at the house. Okay, she's never checked at the house. So why you gonna check her out in public? I mean, come on now.
That's true. She was never checked. But Mr. D, you know what? Now the state is going to check her.
Well, if I was the girl, if I was the little girl parent, the one that got their skull caved in, damn, that sounds so gruesome. But the little girl that was hit with the baton, if I was their parents, I'd go after them with a lawsuit, because their homeowners insurance will take care of that. I'd go after them with a heavy lawsuit so that they'll know, next time if you got some little kids younger than her, you better keep your eye on them and check them. Because
Well, they said it's a misdemeanor. They said it was a misdemeanor that she got.
Even if it's a misdemeanor, I still go for a lawsuit on the house. Medical bills, mental stress,
yeah.
public degradation. I'd go after them, because one thing the Jew man taught me, and it seems to work real good. You hit a man, the bruises are healed, but you hit him in the billfold and he'll feel it for a long time. Hit her in the billfold. I guarantee you they'll get things straight.
Come on.
I got a buddy, me and him, we used to work at Amazon.com, and it was years ago, and he was telling me his daughters was grown at that time, but he was like, man, he said, I remember, man, he said, it was a period in my life, he said, I was going through, and I was like, what you mean? He's like, man, my daughters, he said his daughters got into some fight with some some girls at school, and he said his daughters could fight. He said, I taught my daughters how to fight. He said, they was throwing down. He said I end up having to get hit with the bill. I was like, what you mean? He was like, my daughters, they went to juvenile. He said, I had to pay so much money. He said when your kids go to court in juvenile, he said you got to pay for that. You got to pay lawyer fees and all this fee, doctor fees. He said, man, his house and his cars got taken. I was like, what? He said, yeah. He said, I had to go live with his parents. I think he said he had to live with his parents while his daughters was in juvenile. I was like, oh man, cause of one fight they got into, they messed the girl up. They messed her up pretty bad, but he said he had to pay big for that. I was like, wow.
I can believe it, man. I used to go to accompany them. I used to transport them kids to their court hearings, man. When I was, and I mean, dude, it just was a crazy sight. They got all them young folk chained together by the knee, by the ankles, and walking in the line. That mess just looked at now. I don't get what all that slavery's talking stuff because we what we gonna do? We doing what we need to do now. Ain't none of us live that. But I'm gonna tell you, if I had a visual, that
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
mess took me up. You know, that's one of the reasons why I didn't stay as an officer long because of how much I saw. And everybody was always giving me credit about, especially when my daughters was going through what they was going through. How do you work? And you really do keep home at home. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Like them kids will jump on that. They feel that in your spirit. If you having a bad day at home, you bring it there, them kids gonna eat that up.
All facts.
They conspire worse than the adults that's locked up. So,
Mhm.
you know, that along with when they would have them court dates, and I'm walking in the line with them, Mr. Anthony, can you pray with me? Can you pray with me before I go in? And I'm like, I ain't never told y'all nothing about my life. Y'all felt that on my spirit. Yeah. Cause you pray with me. That's what I knew. I said, yeah, I'm on point, then, cause y'all, if y'all call that out, I ain't never had that talk with you, then. Hey, so them kids, man, they be in there, and like Kiki was talking about earlier, and Danger Nine, they be longing for something. They be longing for something. You don't know what they missing at home, and I just feel like the opportunity that parents, we are supposed to guide our children. Everybody here is a parent. You know, Lord Joe, you ain't brought your children into fruition yet. But we all parents here. It's 3 people on the panel who have the physical. The one flesh has been brought into fruition. So we know the dealings, the day in and day out of that. It's our job to guide them. You know, one of the things that really helped me was when I had to know. I'm like, dude, is this really a thing? And why do they call it the terrible twos? Man, when I actually inquired that of my first children's pediatrician, and he had this whole little thing, mapped out and explained it. I said, that makes sense because it starts where you have to start guiding their emotions because it's terrible, or people call it terrible because they start to feel them emotions. They don't know how to place them. I've seen my children give somebody a ba-da. They might as well have a baton. because listen, and I know Kiki can tell us that you'll be watching your babies and you'll be telling you'll have to hide your laugh because Negro, what did you just do? Like they wild. It's their emotions, and you gotta reel it in. So now you got this older child. She lost her. Like I like Kiki, I do empathize with her, but at the same time, on the structural side, you gotta make a point. And if you would have made a point from the start, it probably wouldn't have went to state. It probably wouldn't have went to none of this, y'all. But you missed the opportunity to teach her behind closed doors so that they could see your emotions on camera. Like, this mug really sorry. She's saying, shut everything down until I speak to the girl. I don't want to, unless y'all put me in front of the camera to say, I don't want to. That's what we should have been hearing. But all this shenanigans and stuff that's going on is telling us that she don't believe she did nothing, and we see different on the camera. So now the state got to come in, and now you got to not only teach her a lesson, but like Danger said, teach her parents, because clearly everybody a child.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly everybody over there is a child, and like Kiki said, everybody that's in that house ain't cool. House to house ain't equal, bro. It's just not. So hard lesson is gonna hurt them pockets.
Yes,
She
sir.
definitely has a lesson, and it's gonna be pricey for her. It's sad that we will be our own children's demise.
Well, I'll
You
bet you
really have
20,000.
you have to get it right.
I'll bet you $20,000, and I only got 50 cents in my pocket right now. But
Wow.
I can assure you, that's not the first act that girl done like that.
I don't
I'll
believe
bet
so
you
either.
anything. I'm thinking, with her doing that on the biggest stages that was, she's done some things like that coming up through the ranks. Okay, she 18 now, I guess, and she'll probably, if the state get ugly, they'll go as an adult. If the state get ugly, but the parent, while they're out at the nightclub shenanigan and sneaking around and all that, they should have been checking that girl, because they know that ain't the first time she done it. I wouldn't be surprised if she ain't slapping around her brothers and sisters at the house.
Uh-oh.
It's always something, you know what, when it comes to children, it's always something small and it begins to get bigger if you don't put it in its place. So with children, you always have to reprimand them so they know, oh, I can't do that. Like if I looked at the young lady and I thought about myself with my parents. And me and my brother actually happened to be talking about this. And it's so funny because he said, and I agree with him, he said, Daddy would have been like, you gonna get your ass up there. I mean, really cuss. You gonna get your ass up there and you gonna apologize.
Almost definitely.
Whether you did it, whether it was right or whether you meant to do it or didn't mean to do it, you was just going to apologize. That's just the right thing to do. And you have to stay on these kids because this is a different generation. Some of these kids are running their homes. You can't run mine. You're gonna have to leave first with all your legs that you still have.
I got that thing with that banana clip, boy. You ain't running nothing around here. I'm doing the running.
Right.
I brought you in
You
and I
cannot-
take you out. Don't matter. I can pay for your burial.
Yeah, and but this is true. This is true. Some parents are scared of their kids. Not in my home.
Hey, bring them over here. I got a 2-week course I can feed them. Bring them over.
I'm gonna tell you something. Kiki just made me think about it, so I don't want to forget it again. But when I was hearing you talking earlier, Ty, you and Kiki was talking earlier, I said I gotta make that point because y'all was talking specifically about how they looked on that couch, and I think they just said something to him because he was responding. The reason I'm gonna tell you, I was looking at that daddy the whole time, and I said to myself, I said in this day and time, because I don't know, I'm gonna assume they married. Let's just say they married.
I thought they were married. Maybe they may not be.
But listen, if they are, I looked at that brother. That brother he go be in line with everything. That saying because even I guarantee you, if he as the father stood up front and said some different things, oh nigga, we done. We it's over. Like I can promise it because I guarantee you. Let's just say before it even got to the camera, he behind closed doors, like he said everything Kiki was talking about. Like, listen, we got to get in front of this. You got some responsibilities. He'd have had that talk with his daughter, and let's just say mama trying to come in. Nah, you ain't gonna do that to my daughter. Da 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 da. Bro, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
Oh, yeah.
We don't know. But I'm looking at that brother, and I'm like, that don't look like a brother that's leading. I said that brother might be in fear. Like, dang, if I even was to act like a man, it's like, oh, we going to that court. We done. we done. You know what I'm saying? Just never know. That's what goes on behind closed doors when they own their papers, when they own Zaddy papers. See, if I got an agreement with Kiki, that's our agreement. And you ain't going to no court. We gonna talk to God. You gonna have a problem. You gonna have a problem, man. Go ahead and play it. You gonna have a problem. And their problem's deeper than the white Zaddy. So these bugs, they be scared of them papers. They know, and I don't know how many other children they got. But I'm like, man, if you'd have made it to 18 with that one, it's like, oh dog, let me act right. Let me get in line.
Oh, yeah, all the other ones, man. Sure, I'm scared to see all the others.
But yeah, that dude.
But you know, go ahead.
Yeah, he didn't look like he was. Look like mama might be leading that out.
And she is. You can look at her and tell she the shot caller.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know what? You know that song, right? So you know, like it's the crazy part about that is we already know the man is supposed to lead the home, right? It's a shame when you come into a home. This is why I say, like, my parents, I so commend them. I so commend. Now, when I was younger, I didn't do all that commending. You have to become wise, then you understand. But I so commend it because my daddy ran the home and he was a man of few words. It ain't too much he would say. We knew to get in line. So the thing is, my dad had a demeanor on him. He didn't play. He was a man of few words and he ran that home without saying nothing. And we have built this creation that women are now running homes. And I wouldn't normally say this prior, but that's just not the way. And we as women, we have to do better, because if we're going to call them in to be the lead, we got to let them lead. Now, if you don't think they're leading to capacity, you're going to have to check yourself for for the choice you made. See, accountability. So we really have to stop this, because we don't even allow the man to discipline the children. We got to do better. We got to do better. We just do.
Hey man, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this and bail out, y'all. Y'all had a great show. You know, great show. Good show there. Good show there. Kick it. Hail to the king. Oh, hail, king. Hey T, you always got a good program, man. Good program.
Appreciate it.
You can look at the simp that was on the couch, and you know who's calling the shots there, man. I mean, even if they was not married, he should have had enough kahunas to say, slap around a little bit. Cause I guarantee you, if that had been my mom and dad, and I was sitting on the couch and they taking pictures, boy, they would have took pictures of my mom and dad both putting their fists in my mouth. And I wouldn't have been able to say I'm sorry. I'd be chewing on their hand. Boy. Hey, you guys hanging there, great show. And I'm still waiting for that CPR. Catch up with you guys later.
Man, what they put in that Pepsi? Appreciate it, Danger. What they put in that Pepsi though? I'm telling you. All right, let's hear from King Dwayne.
I just want to say, and great show. Shout out to Amaru. I saw him come on earlier.
I was wondering if you seen Amaru on. Okay.
Yeah. I've been driving all day, so when I got situated and got my shower and started parking and all that, and I came on the screen. But I got an early day in the mom out here in Michigan now. So but anywho, man, one of the things that I see spiritually, man, and I love that, Kiki said it earlier, we really did have a really good conversation tonight. And the thing that touches me on both sides is that on one side, you got a young lady who went through a very traumatic thing. And during competition, and we know those juices, they get, that ain't just a boy thing. That's what the girls too, man. That competition went now. I do believe it's a difference in the young ladies. I think there's a whole lot more invested in kind of putting competition and sowing that seed into a young lady. But once those young people are competitive and they out there in those sports, man, those juices are flowing. And this is where you learn how to reel your emotions in. This is where you learn how to be in control of your emotion in sport, because it can be an emotional thing in competition. And so I really sympathize and empathize with the young lady who had to experience a concussion and go through all this stuff that she's going through. Her parents and her, they got to do all this stuff. This is going to be a trying time. All this stuff that when they got up that day, they I can guarantee they weren't thinking that, man, we got to start making all these steps down the line because some girl want to, attack my daughter. You know what I'm saying? And you feeling that type of way. Thank God the young lady has her life, man. Thank God it was not worse. That it was not worse. Because if it was even if it was worse, and you hearing all this stuff coming on the other side, dude, that riles up anger and a lot of stuff, man. This could go way, way crazy. And so I empathize. Again, I empathize with the young lady that's already 18, because I saw earlier, think I saw it when you showed the clip on the show. I finally got to see, I got my question answered, that the young lady that was hit, I think she's a sophomore or junior, So she's younger. She's still in school, but this other one I think is about to graduate.
Yeah, I
The one,
think she is sophomore, the one that got hit, and yeah, the one that's about to graduate. Yep, she's
so,
18 senior.
so
Yep.
they really want to put the hammer down. She's basically an adult. And I'm gonna tell you something, Kiki and Lord Joe.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I continue to attack this court thing is because once you're on their papers, you're considered their wards. I've experienced the disillusion of marriage. I know how it feels to walk in there like I'm not a man and listen to judges tell somebody what they gonna do with my money. Doesn't matter what I got, don't got. They gonna talk to me and tell me what to do, and then they gonna talk and tell my ex what to do, and then we gonna sit and listen to them talk about my children as if they just money. Each one has a price on their head. That crap pisses me off. Excuse my French, but it pisses me off as a father. Y'all talk about my seed. Like, in other words, we're going to teach you what you should have did, because these are all investments, and we're going to show you how. And y'all going to be $1 billion. You're going to make all this money playing games. It's a sucky situation to go to. But the second that they are born and their names are on birth certificates and those birth certificates are signed, it's almost like that father signed a bond. That's why it don't matter if you really the blood father or not. They just need a signature. And once that is activated, Kiki, Lord Joe, they're going to look for many opportunities in that lifetime to show you that those children belong to us. They're not even yours. They're waiting for opportunities to try to take those children and say they are. If you think I'm playing, just go and take all, whoever you got in school right now, Kiki, just go. I'm taking my babies out of school, all of them. I promise you that's going to be a red flag to the state. They're going to be all up in your crib. They're going to be all at your front door. Like, what you take, it's almost like what you take our children out of school for. We need them to make our system run, and you done took them out of school and blah, 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 blah. I dare you speak homeschool, and they hear it. Even when you're going through divorce proceedings and they hear that, oh, no, we're not going to let them go with that parent. They're going to go over here because we know she's going to capitulate. She's going to send them to school. She's going to do that. They want that. And so now in this situation, and this is what I feel in the spirit, this could get ugly. Because if the state gets this deep involved with this girl, they're going to make it clear this ain't y'all child. And we about to make a fool out of her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the part that messes with me. I'm doggone there in tears. So I'm going to hurry up and get up out here, because both situations for both girls, I don't feel good about it. Both of them got a story now. And it sucks. It really sucks. As a father, it sucks to see either situation. And, you're going to always have people in them rallies and all that. They're going to come in there with the rah, rah, rah. But for the ones who can sit and have conversations like this, who really thinking with their heart and their spirit and looking down the line at different scenarios, it don't feel good to us. Mm-mm. We don't care about all that rah, rah, because we don't want the soul of these young ladies something to go wrong, or their life to get turned upside down, or whatever the case may be. But I'm praying for both of them and their families, because I hope that somewhere down the line that I'm made out of a liar, and those two young ladies have an opportunity to sit down, and those parents, and it could be civil, and we could see something great come out of this, opposite of what they could try to make happen. Mm-hmm. Especially for our complexion.
Oh yeah.
So great show. I'm out. And prayers to both those families, man, because those two young ladies, I'm praying the best for both of them, man.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, King Dwayne. All right, Kiki.
Oh, to end, King Dwayne made some very good points. Very good conversation for tonight. I enjoyed it myself. I also enjoyed the guests as well. What King Dwayne said pretty much is true. You just hate to see it be this way because it's just like this is another issue. This is something else. As soon as you start getting involved with laws and courts and all of that, it doesn't necessarily have to be over for you, but you're in that thing. I know from experience, you're in there and the eyes are watching. And that's just basically what happens. It's sad. It's really sad, but we have to learn how to start or get ourselves more knowledgeable in the things that we should know and try to stop things before they begin. And you can only do that by teaching. So I will be also, I've been in prayer for both the families. I feel bad for both of them. I feel bad for the young girl that had to go through the physical, and I feel bad for the young lady that didn't make the right decision. I was speaking about it earlier, and I simply said the girl didn't even know if she would lose or not. You never gave it a chance. So you made a mistake. You have to learn from the mistake. And if the parents don't teach the mistake, the state will always teach.
Absolutely.
So we got to be careful because we don't want trust me when I tell you, we don't want our children's hands in the hands of the state. It's been a problem. It will always be one. They will know your name for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Good night, y'all. Love y'all.
All right, love you too, sis. All right, that was Kiki. Man, let's go on and do what we normally do. Let's give it up for our chat room. This was a different show. We ain't did a Tuesday segment in a minute, and I just said, you know, we gotta do this on Tuesday because we got a different program set up on Thursday. And I'm like, man, I was trying to ignore this, wasn't even trying to speak on it, but I'm like, nah, we got to talk about this. So yeah, let's give it up for the chat room. Let's give it up for the chat room. Who we had come through the chat room? We had my boy Black Butterfly, my boy King Dwayne in the building. Man, let's give it to him 3 times for the Trinity salute. Chat room. Let's give it up for our panel tonight. Danger, Kiki, Maru, King Dwayne, 3 times for the Trinity salute. And give yourself a round of applause. Man, oh man, oh man, man, oh man, oh man. We had ourselves a great time tonight. And we're thankful and grateful for all of you, our listeners and friends that have chose to tap in and chose to listen to the content and be edified. That's it. We're gonna use a different word. Be edified. We appreciate your generosity and your support. Please continue. If you have not subscribe to our YouTube page. That's BZNZ Talk right here on YouTube. If you have not, hit that notification bell to let you know when we are live, man. Shout out to Amaru once again. Amaru and Mary, they got chairman Fred Hampton Jr. They're going to be interviewing on March 22nd, 10 a.m. Central Time. So that's here in Indianapolis. That is 11 a.m. That's this coming Saturday. Give it up, man. It's gonna be a great show. I already can see it. Excuse me, it's gonna be a great show, great content, knowledge and all that. all that. Tonight we were speaking about the young ladies, the track stars, and right. I think honestly, I really didn't even want to speak about the girls. I mainly wanted to do this show to talk about the parents, the adults, what the adults are not doing right, the responsibility of the adult. That's pretty much what I wanted to get to on tonight was the adults. We wanted to get to that because of what they didn't put into this girl. Now she is displaying what they didn't taught her. Come on, she is displaying it. The husband, I mean, that really hurt too to see the husband like that. Like, come on, man, you the husband, you the head of the house, and you gonna just sit there and co-sign what your wife talking about? No, that ain't how we do things around here in BZNZ. That ain't how we do things. No, he co-signed. Well, when we leave, we gotta drive 3 hours away to a city and a town that they already don't like us. Nigga, you should have thought about that before you had conversation with your daughter. You should have thought about that when you was having conversations with your daughter about being held accountable. That's what you should have did, man. But yeah, most definitely, man. King Dwayne was right, man. It's gonna be a bad situation, man. And this girl 18, so the state want to. They're like, we might try you as an adult, but so far they said that the paperwork came back as a misdemeanor. So now she got to come to court now for the case. She got to go to court for the trial. They was up there worried about, she may not even graduate. Woo, woo, woo. That's the whole point, man. We got to be held accountable for our actions. That's why you just can't jump up off the porch like that. Even to this day, the age I am, where I'm at in my life, I can't jump up off the porch. And it's been a many a times that I want to hop off. Boy, I mean, there's a lot of people like, boy, I just want to just smack them. But I know if I do that, it's a whole nother set of consequences. So even if it don't go to the legal side, it might go to the death side. I can end up dead. It's some people. It's some think he could go another side. Some people you can whoop up, you can fight. Yeah, I whooped him up. I beat his ass. Okay. You might think that ass whooping, this not the 90s no more. It's not the 80s. You might think that ass whooping over with that you gave, you might think it's over with. No, you see him again, he catch you slipping, and he ain't about to give you no ass whooping. He got that chrome. Come on, he got that chrome waiting for you. Ooh, man, something else. Kiki, I don't know if Kiki didn't logged off, but I'm gonna go ahead and share it. Man, I meant to share this. Oh man, Kiki, she sent it to me earlier, but I've been seeing this up and down our timeline, and man, no, it didn't piss me straight off. Oh man, I don't know if Kiki's still in the building. She may not even be listening though. Probably had to dip off, but I'm gonna go ahead and show this anyway, cause this needs to be shown tonight. Man, just to let you know, man, the type of sick people that's out there, that's out here in the world. I don't know if I can get it to come up. Man, I ain't be able to come up. Hold on. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's try to hit that share button. This was going on right here in Indianapolis.
When I tell you I am absolutely heartbroken, I'm at free now, and this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
Look at this.
Broad daylight, the church has been sprayed in broad daylight. This is unbelievable. And I tell you, I'm heartbroken right now. This
Look at what they
is
did to this church.
Oh, yeah, baby. Go ahead and do what you need to do.
Mm-mm.
And this is in broad daylight. You can still smell the paint in broad daylight.
Mm-mm.
You can still smell the paint. God. Unbelievable.
Somebody is graffiti and spray painted this church right in Indianapolis. Right in Indianapolis, Friendship Missionary Baptist Church off 16th and Goodlett here in Indiana. Here in Indianapolis, somebody just spray painted their church with some pretty foul language on there with the 3 6s, and talking about F this and Satan this and Satan that. You're a sick individual, whoever did it, and yep. And may you deserve the day, or may you get the day that you deserve. We're gonna leave it like that. But shout out to so I seen another video later. I seen a video where a young man was spray painting. Not spray painting. He was pressure washing the building. So, and then I think he went on and pressure washed the car, the bus. Like, what's going through your mind? Why would you do that to a church? Interesting. But anywho, we ain't gonna belabor the moment. We thank y'all for tuning in tonight, and this is the special night. Sound like to me we gotta have more of these special segments. Sound like to me we gotta have some more of these special segments. Okay, if I can keep my eyes open good enough. I worked third shift last night, and I almost didn't even make it to the show tonight. But we here, we did our thing, man. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate the conversation, because that's what this is all about. All right, we'll see you in 2 days now. 2 nights, we'll be back with Athena and Renata in the celebration of our Women's History Month. Thank you for your generosity and your support. See you later. Peace. Be blessed.
Baby, listen to your heart. If it says leave, then leave him. But falling in love can be hard to get out of. Go ahead and take your time. I know it's gonna be hard for me. Being in love with you is killing me. And when I see your face, you take my breath away. You tell me this ain't love. When my phone rings, I hope it's you. When I wanna smile, I just think of you. Sometimes I think I must be crazy, 'cause my heart won't let me change, so I guess I gotta wait. Baby, listen to your heart. If it says leave, then leave him. But falling in love can be hard to get out of.